Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and those beyond the binary, I'm Odessa Lil, your mistress of ceremonies. Welcome to the Speakeasily Hour Minute Podcast. We're the burlesque show that turned into a streaming show, that turned into a comedy troupe, that turned into a podcast. We have identity issues. My talented co-hosts are with me as always. Welcome to the pod, Klingon Vanna White and Shecky Davis Jr.
Greetings and salutations.
My God, it's so fucking cold.
Oh yes, you're on the scene.
Yes.
Which is this?
Yes, I heard about after Trump did his break-in and he started talking. I mean, he's really fucked up my viewing television. I mean, were you guys put out by that as well when he cut into our game shows and was talking about like the wall and all this other stuff, you know, about demanding the wall? You know, did you guys watch that craziness?
I was watching him trying to snort the Adderall back up into his brain.
Yes, it was crazy. I was just like, what the fuck? And so I was like, you know, what's going on with this border thing, right? And so, you know, Shecky, now that I'm all radicalized, I was like, I'm gonna go see what's going on, and Shecky's gonna be the man on the ground, you know, and I'm gonna sniff out, you know, I'm gonna sniff and root out like a pig in shit. I'm gonna root out, you know, the badness. And so I went to the border.
Thanks for that image.
No, but it's super fucking cold and there's nothing going on, you know.
It's cold at the border?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's no refugees or anybody. Everyone's speaking French. I don't know what's going on.
Wait. What do you see?
Trees, lots of trees, and white people, lots and lots of white people, and snow. Why is it snowing? Hold on. Excuse me. Yeah. Where am I? What? Canada? What? Oh. Okay. I guess I was
at the wrong border, Klingon.
I guess I'm in Oregon. Okay, or Washington, sorry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, while you were there, you should get some some free drugs and medical care.
You know what? I think I might have to do that. Although I'm probably gonna have to sneak into Canada because I do not have I don't have a passport because I am a felon. So you know, if you're a criminal, you cannot get a passport. They don't let you leave the country. So I guess I'm gonna have to sneak over on like a moose or something, and then, you know, get some Adderall and maybe, you know, sell it to the president.
Yeah, that's a viable business decision.
Do any of you ladies want anything while I'm there?
Yeah, do you like a bucket of Quaaludes?
Some Viagra?
Yeah, like a 6-pack of Viagra.
A 6-pack, okay.
A metric ton of any muscle relaxer that'll...
I'm glad that you said metric, because I think they use the metric system here, and I don't know.
Do.
I don't know what I'm gonna get. You know, I'm thinking like an ounce might be not an ounce here. Like, I don't know. Like, it's like I'm through the looking glass, people. I'm gonna need your help. You know, I don't know what measurements are here. I'm scared.
I would just like some plain old codeine Tylenol, but I don't even know if they do it all over the counter there anymore.
They probably do. You know, which is great. It's a lot like Mexico here. You know, remember when we used to go down the border?
Oh yeah, pick me up some Retin-A then.
Some Retin-A, okay.
Yeah, the good stuff, the really strong stuff that'll burn your face right off.
Yeah, this is like, that 1% Retin-A that just like fucking shears off all that 10 years off your face in one try.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna try to get some Fen too.
Yes.
I've been having a craving for that, so...
Hungry for Fen.
Hungry for Fen. So, I don't know what I'm going to do here. I know I'm looking around, the snow, and a bunch of white people. They're really friendly. You know, they keep...
Did they say their O's weird?
They do.
Like,
it's all about this and all about that.
Oh, come on. That's just a stereotype. I'm so disappointed in you two.
Oh,
Why?
no, it is not a stereotype.
Are you Canadian or something?
I have done my time in Canada.
I am not Canadian.
And they keep trying to offer me things with like maple syrup in it, like maple syrup cough drops, maple syrup French fries.
Get a whole mess of that poutine while you're there.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll get a poutine enema.
Whoa.
Really, really, really blend in the culture, you know?
I think it makes you really friendly. Like a coffee enema energizes you. A poutine enema makes you friendly.
Makes you, okay. I
And
wonder
the
what
weird thing is that a poutine enema looks the same going in as it does coming out.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
I would think it'd be a little browner, but oh well.
Going in, yeah.
Going in, it'll be browner. Once your body absorbs all the nutrients of the poutine.
I'm so happy you're breaking the case at the Canadian border for us.
Well, I mean, you think about it like this: if he gets the money for the wall, for the southern border, what's going to stop him from getting a wall for the northern, border as well? It's just like,
yeah.
See, I'm here because I am clairvoyant, not just my drag name, and I am going to find out.
I love that drag name.
What's going on here? See, I'm seeing into the future. It's like Minority Report in this bitch. See, I know what's happening. You buying that? You buying that?
Hook, line, and sinker. Yes. And you'll be there when he decides to build a ceiling on the country as well.
Yeah, see? I'm telling you.
To the walls. Yeah.
Because remember in that Simpsons episode where Mr. Burns tried to blot out the sun with his sun machine and then Maggie shot him? That's what's going to happen. The baby's going to shoot the president.
Are we allowed to? We're allowed to say that. We can say anything we want about Trump.
And about Mr. Burns, too.
No, actually, that's closely monitored.
Off limits.
Off limits, for sure. Now, Klingon, how are you doing?
Well, I did just purchase clairvoyant.com. We were talking.
Damn it, that's mine.
You are fast. And are you going to sell it?
I'm reserving it for you.
Oh, sure.
She's squatting on it.
I'm terrible. Oh, well, I give stuff to friends. I actually do buy stuff for friends all the time. Yeah, so I did not steal it.
TV.
Oh, yeah.
This is true.
And how's the animal rescue going?
The animal rescue is going very well. We are now a cat and dog rescue. I feel like the cats kind of calmed the little dogs down, so they don't bark as much. Because the little dogs look to the leaders of the pack, and since the cats are bigger than the little dogs, they kind of see them as the leader of the pack. And the cats don't freak out about stuff, so the little dogs don't freak out about stuff. It's interesting.
I think what's actually happening, or at least what it looks like, is the cats are smothering the little dogs.
I mean, that's kind of what it sounds like.
They're literally sitting on their faces. That's what I can
I mean, I can see that.
Like. Yeah.
So, are you going to rescue raccoons too?
No, I am not rescuing raccoons. I do not want to get raccoon worm eating up my brain.
But it's raccoons are the cute little trash pandas. They need love too.
They're like the hamburglers.
Yes.
The handburglers.
Hamburglers. Handburglar.
Yes, they steal hands when you sleep.
Well, look into it. We are in Fresno. It seems like a good line of work to get into.
Yes, you can recruit pandas. Trash pandas. Not real pandas.
Never real pandas.
Although real pandas are crazy looking, and they sneeze and they look like giant teddy bears, but they'll rip your fucking faces off if you get too close. Though pandas are dangerous.
Eat your face.
Just
it's like
pandas,
sloths, hippos, deadly killers.
Otters,
top of the food chain. It's crazy.
Yeah. And if you ever give an otter a switchblade, forget about it.
You're dead.
Yeah.
You're dead.
So let's cut to the chase. We have a very exciting guest today coming on the show, and we're going to give her a call here. She's known worldwide as the Devil's Debutante. She's a DJ. She's a burlesque dancer. She's a public speaker. She's an artist of the highest order. Let's give her a call. Szandora LaVey. Beep, beep, boop, bop. Beep, boop, bop. That was
This is Szandora.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
She's anxiously waiting for our call.
Thank you for waiting.
Thank you so much for waiting for our call.
This is the Speakeasily Hour Minute. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Good. Thanks so much for joining us. This is going to be fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Are you by any chance at the Canadian border, or you're?
I've been spotted there from time to time, but not currently. No.
Okay, then we'll just put in our order with Shecky for what we want.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Let me know.
Did you want anything like retin-A or poutine or quaaludes or?
They don't have quaaludes. That's so 1997.
Yeah, the
Or
good old
79. 1979.
That's so Midnight Cowboy if you watch.
It's totally it. Quaaludes.
I do love poutine, though. I'll tell you. But you never lived until you had them on tater tots.
There you go. It's my kind of lady right there. Poutine
Right.
tater tots.
She has really good taste, actually. She happens to be like the foremost expert on pickle-flavored potato chips as well.
Oh.
I love dill pickles. What can I say?
So do I.
Growing up in the South, we always used to do fried pickles. So
Oh.
it's a Southern thing, like fried green tomatoes. But we also do the pickles when the tomatoes aren't in season.
So you chop them up, and then do you bread them and fry them?
Yeah, you do them just like you would okra.
What is this magical place you speak of?
The South? Where is that?
Call it magical, but yeah.
So magic.
I call it the ninth circle of hell, but
Oh. Okay.
Well, as a Satanist, is that like a good thing?
not really. Because, the circle is the Bible Belt, so it's not a fun one.
Yeah. It's a lot like that in Fresno, too.
Yeah, I bet.
It's just dawning on me right now that fried pickles is probably what pickled chips is referring to.
Exactly.
Like the flavor profile.
That is exactly what their flavor profile is.
Wow, my mind is exploding. I just thought they were dumb. I just thought they were like, hey, let's make these chips like stuffing flavored or whatever. Like they've had some very strange chips in the past couple of years. But
Dorito also has a pickled Dorito. Did you know that?
No, I did not. I'll have to try these now.
Yeah, right. Doritos are always a little on the sweet side for me, so I like mine a little more tangy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That is such a good word.
Pringles also has.
Oh, I love Pringles.
Yeah, pickle chips. It's good until someone puts their hand at the bottom of the tube. That's the gross.
And then their arm gets stuck in it.
Yeah, I'm like, you can just put your hand out and pour them into your hand. That's like why that container is made that way.
Hey, this is America. We can do it any way we want.
Or you could just put your face there and then like the chip face.
Just put your mouth right over the tube.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Just deep throat that thing.
There's no other way to do it.
It sounds like you guys like to smoke a lot of pot.
I just did smoke weed.
Well, there you go.
Ding, ding, ding.
But have you ever made a bong out of a Pringles can?
I have not.
Do you think it would work?
I mean, yeah, I think scientifically it would work, but I think that it would be like, a couple of times that you could use it and then it wouldn't be groovy anymore.
No.
I just know with the chemicals in that thing too, but then again, when I was a kid, I always made those hydro bongs out of 2 liters. So have been that healthy either.
No, that's probably a little more healthy than a bong out of a Pringles can.
Probably, I would assume so.
I think if you're going to make a pipe out of a Pringles can, you're going to be smoking crack out of it.
Why? That's horrible. Don't say that.
I'm sorry. I know you love Pringles. Or is it crack that you love? I can't remember.
They're not mutually exclusive, dear.
No, guess not. Yeah. Can you get some of that in Canada, too?
Some Pringles? Sure.
Yeah, poutine flavored Pringles.
With crack sprinkled on top, yes.
I bet they do some poutine flavored chips though.
They must.
What is the flavor of poutine? If it's like, is there a spice
It is gravy
about it?
and
Gravy.
Yeah, what is? So it's gravy flavor.
Yeah, it's a brown gravy,
With
and
like
a
chunks
roux?
of cheese in it.
yeah, it's like a thick brown gravy with white cheese on top of French fries.
I mean, I'm having trouble right now.
I know. Our Earth food is just confounding to you.
It's like, how do you mix so many flavors into a powder that then you spray on chips? I'm having trouble with this.
It's just brown flavored. Brown.
You can always just lick the, flavoring off. Some people do that as well. They don't
then they
actually
toss
eat
the
the
chip
chip.
away.
They just nastily suck on the potato chip until it's gross.
If you're cutting back on carbs.
Oh my God, they have poutine potato chips. My mind is blown. They're all dressed, and they're specifically out of Canada. So
See? Oh my God, yes! I can buy them for you.
Put that on the list.
yeah, I'll take one box. Thank you.
Let's see what's in poutine flavored chips.
Hold on, let's get the description.
Any of our listeners, have any of you had poutine flavored chips? Please write us. Let us know in the comments. Let us know what they taste like, and if your bowels survived.
Yes.
And have ridges.
And ridges for your pleasure.
Yeah, I was going to say, where are those ridges after you eat them?
Pleasure.
Yeah, actually, just go to iTunes, leave us 5 stars, and then in the review section, just actually write about poutine chips.
Yeah, that would make my life. But I will say my favorite dill pickle chip are Zaps.
Zaps.
Yeah, they're the ones that do the voodoo chips, if you've ever seen those. They're kind of like New Orleans style Cajun.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so they're kind of spicy dill, and they're called the Gatораtor.
Because they're made out of alligator?
I guess so. It's
They
Cajun.
just make you want to drink something.
Gatorade.
You know what? I have to start eating my chips now because we're talking.
No, we have to wait for our segment.
Oh, aren't we? Okay.
So our listeners they know that you will tune in later to hear chip sounds. Oh, no, wait. Okay. Obviously, we can't handle this.
I was massaging the bag. I put it down. But it was hard. It was very hard.
See what you can do.
I'm going to eat a piece of candy instead.
It's a bag.
I think we're going to have to go to a commercial break right now. And when we come back, maybe we'll all have calmed down a little bit. And we're going to ask Szandora all kinds of interesting questions.
I'm going to eat candy.
All right. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hi, I'm Clairvoyant, formerly from Cauldron World and the Thrifty Chalice. I was fired for doing happy endings with my readings. Crystal Balzac said it was cutting into her biznatch. Now I have my own phone readings. You can ask questions like, what time do you get off work? And will I ever experience what it's like to have a girlfriend for $650 an hour on Thursdays? Well, if that's not up to your speed, come to my new bakery and tea house, Witch Biscuits. We have many pastries to choose from at Witch Biscuits. The Satanic Scone, it's vegan and gluten-free, but Crystal Balzac can't have one. We also have the Lucifer Loaf. It's packed with protein, but we don't know where it came from. We also have Warlock Muffins. Your favorite Warlock will just love these. And don't forget our world-famous Witch Biscuits. Go to witchbiscuits.com for more information.
Except for Crystal Balzac, her earlobes are literally scrotum.
We are back with Speakeasily Hour Minute Podcast, and we're so happy to have Szandora LaVey, Satan's gift to burlesque, with us.
Hey.
Hi. So, you've got so much going on. I'm just going to start with the burlesque because that's how we met. Yeah, so you've been doing burlesque for quite a long time now, haven't you?
Yeah, since 2002.
That was you could do anything on a stage back then.
Oh, full nudity at the Double Down for sure.
Oh, at the Double Down, yeah, in Vegas? Hell yeah.
It really just depend on how drunk I got back then. Yeah.
Were you drinking their ass juice?
Oh, yeah, man, I drink ass juice, but I love their bacon martinis. The oil slick on top, there's nothing like it.
Oh, Jesus.
Wait, I need to know what ass juice is in this context. I know what it is in other contexts.
In our context, yes.
Yes.
The ass juice is basically whatever leftover liquors that they have, they put all in a bottle together, and somehow it turns out to be dark purple, like Jonestown.
Oh my God.
Oh, not the Flavor Aid.
I mean, it's really the same color, though.
Oh,
like
wow.
that purple. Mm-hmm. And, yeah.
I'm sure there is a cough syrup in it, too.
Yeah, and it's all the syrupy, like, really sweet ones. So it does taste like some odd Kool-Aid that you should not be drinking or ingesting. But people do.
It's really cheap. Isn't it like $2 for a glass of it or something?
I think it's like 2 for $7 or something like that. Yeah, or $2.50 for one. I don't. Yeah, no, not $2.50. Like 3. I don't remember. It's so long ago. I can't. My mind cannot compute numbers right now.
That's all right.
So
I'm
what
sure
was
it's
this
the ass
place?
juice. Oh, Double Down.
So is this a strip club in Las Vegas?
No, it's a bar, a punk rock bar in Las Vegas. They also have one in New York. But back in the day, you could do a lot more than you can now. Unfortunately, I'm the one that they had to make the rule of wearing pasties in there and stuff. And sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I love going to places that you went to as kids and you realize that all the rules on the wall have either been written for you or about you.
Exactly, yeah. I can love the Double Down, though. I've had a lot of great memories there. Met some of my best friends in the world there. So,
Fun.
fuck yeah.
And you liked living in Vegas?
I like living in Vegas, I mean, all my friends are there, but there's a certain point where you just kind of, like, gotta go and do other things. I mean, I lived in Vegas for 5 years and then went to L.A., and then went back to Vegas. And then now I'm in San Francisco. So,
Yeah, you've lived in a lot of places.
yeah. I always pull geographical when a relationship ends. I usually will Splitsville. You can just see the course of my relationships through where I've lived.
It's like one of those like maps where the dots show your path.
Exactly. It's like Ancestry.com.
Right.
For relationships.
Except for you, it's dicks.
Or vagina. You never know.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know. I shouldn't judge. I shouldn't make assumptions.
No, you shouldn't.
Just because things are different on your planet.
Yeah, so yeah, that's my Vegas thing. But yeah, I love Vegas. I'm going there actually in April. Got a show there April 19th, working on some more shows with the Swank Bastards.
Ah.
And they're who I actually started doing burlesque with in 2002.
So are they what lured you into the world of burlesque, or what led you there?
Yeah, well, I was a fetish model back in the day. And I got hired for a show at the Key Club to do a magazine opening party. And they were like, can you go dance? I was like, man, I'm Szandora. I need to do something other than go dancing. And I may have been under the influence of drugs, which I'm not proud of. Ecstasy. Yeah. And
oh, that doesn't count.
Yeah,
story.
that's like a Monday.
It was a St. Patrick's Day. And I was in Walgreens and I passed a hula hoop and I was like, dude, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hula hoop and go-go dance at the same time. So I just like practiced for like 2 weeks, mostly to the cramps and link ray. And then I could keep it up after that and it never really fell. You know, and then I knew Jesse, who's a guitarist of the Swank Bastards. He was my record dealer at Big B's Records back in the day. And he kept saying, come see my band, come see my band. And I finally went, and I walk in, and I hear Rumble by Link Ray as soon as I walk into the door.
Oh, perfect.
But I couldn't see the band, and I was like, oh my God, if this is that band, it's a sign. Yeah. And I walked in, and it was the Swank Bastards, and the rest is history.
What a great origin story.
Yeah.
Did you know you could hula hoop?
I have a funny story. I did win a hula hooping contest when I was like in elementary school, but I really did. It was me and this other girl, and we were hula hooping going, and our hula hoops bumped, and mine hit the ground first. I knew it did, but the dude that was the judge, I'll never forget his name, Brandon Conaway. Thanks, buddy.
Wherever you are.
He had a crush on me, so he said I won.
Ooh.
And I took the title. Shadesville, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well. God knows
like,
I've won contests from worse means, so.
So that probably inspired me. I did hula hoop a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah. So I feel like you have to start early with that.
Yeah, totally. It's like a muscle memory.
Right.
I've tried doing it, and it's just no.
Well, my nieces are getting older now, and they're like doing some things with that hula hoop. I'm like, dang. Well, I'll have to retire someday. At least I have some little minions.
So the master is learning from the students.
Yeah, they'll send me a video, and I'm like, whoa, okay. All right. I'll match you.
You're like, yeah, but can you do it topless?
Yeah, not yet. They're like teenagers now with cell phones. I don't want to push them.
Yeah.
Like one of them is on my Instagram, and I'm like, oh God.
Oh no. They can handle it though, right? They know what you do.
They know. They've always known. And they've always been like my biggest supporters, which is awesome. I love those little girls.
Yeah, that's terrific. I think it's really special for kids to have that kind of like a relative that's into burlesque, because it's so glamorous and interesting, and then they can feel better about their bodies just going forward in general, not go through the bullshit that we all went through as 12-year-olds and, you know, am I normal? All that
and they're
crap.
all getting older, and the last time I was there, it was like a round table meeting of like every awkward question you could ever ask a cool adult. And I was like, okay, how do I answer this question? Because I don't have kids, never gonna have kids. So that was like, I wasn't prepared for that really, like how to dance around certain subjects.
So tell us one, please.
Well, they asked me mostly some drug questions. One was, what was the difference between meth and crank? And I'm like, really nothing. You don't need to do that shit. And then they asked me about LSD and mushrooms, what the difference between that was.
Huge difference.
Yeah.
I was like, don't fucking do that shit either.
I love LSD.
I'm too young for that. And they're
they're too young for it. Yes.
You never know what you get your ass into out there on that stuff.
It's true. There's a time and a place for it, and it's like in your 30s.
Yes. After your brain is fully developed.
In your 30s.
Yeah.
In your 30s. Oh, yeah. I forgot I was talking about like 12-year-olds.
And there were some like, sex questions like, how old were you, Nana, when you lost your virginity?
Oh no. How old are they when they're asking you this?
They're like from like 14 to 16-ish.
Oh.
So, I mean, maybe they're 15 now. But, yeah, no, it was awkward. I said, None ya goddamn business.
Ha.
So now they know that you lost yours when you were 13.
Yeah, pretty much.
This should have been like 25.
33. No.
Yes. I am still
25.
virginal.
I lost my virginity when I was 25 last year.
I've never lost it.
Holding on to that, are you, Shecky?
You gotta wait till you're married, guys.
What's left of it?
There's a little bit left in there.
You gotta scrape the sides though to get it.
Now, these are your brother's kids or sisters'
These
kids?
are my brother's kids.
Yeah, they can't ask him.
No,
Oh my God.
You're way cooler.
Yeah, but I also have a bigger rapport with him because he wasn't really, hanging around much
Yeah.
to put him out on Front Street. But yeah, to do that.
And then they don't want to ask mom.
No. But I've always been the cool aunt. They always can talk to me about anything, So that's cool. I felt good that they could, confide in me and ask me questions. That was cool, but it was a little scary. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Yeah. It's a lot of responsibility.
It was a little scary.
Did they ever ask you about your Satanism?
It has come up briefly with the oldest nephew, and I just told him, basically, he was younger, so I had to explain, no, I don't believe in the devil or Satan. It's I believe that I am Satan and Satanism. Hell, Satan means hell thyself. So I had to kind of dumb it down a little bit and explain it to him like that, and he got it. And he's struggling with, believing in God, which is a wonderful sign for me, but not probably for his close family in Georgia.
Oh.
He believes in Darwin and evolution, which makes me proud to hear.
It's a sign of intelligence.
Yes. I was like, one of us.
So I don't know if you know this, but I'm in Austin right now, and I just saw I keep seeing these commercials for the Ark experience.
Ooh, I want to
What? Yes. So it's this dad and this son, and they're making a little boat, and the kid's all like, this is a teenage son too. This is going to take us all weekend. And the dad is just like, well, what about if we built the hugest boat in the history of mankind, and we did it all with hand tools? and then they're walking up to this thing, this building of this quote unquote museum that basically, is all about the Ark experience. And it's looking at little models of the Ark, it's some kind of scientific bullshit.
Oh my God, no.
It's a real thing.
We should go there.
Seeing is believing.
It would infuriate you because it would be people trying. I believe this is child abuse.
It sounds like it. It's probably more valid than that bullshit satanic panic shit in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, God. Yeah. I mean, our childhoods wouldn't have been so interesting without the satanic. So.
Oh, it's Ark Encounter.
Ark Encounter. You're going to encounter an Ark while you're there.
Creation Museum.
Creation?
I think I've heard of them before. I didn't know that was in Austin, though. I thought it was somewhere
Oh no,
else.
it's not in Austin. It's just because it's a big God thing around here too. There's a lot more God going on here than when in San Francisco.
Well, he lives there.
Yeah, lives in the South. I think this is in Kentucky or something.
Oh.
Yeah, I totally saw a documentary about it, or maybe Vice, something on Vice.
Williamstown, Kentucky.
Oh yeah.
Sister Attraction Creation Museum.
Ooh.
I think that's outside of Louisville, right?
I think so. Prepare to believe. Yeah. All right. Well, I support his Darwinism. Me too.
Belief in
Darwinism. always tell people too. It's just like, well, you know, when a virus keeps mutating every season, so it can give you this fucking flu.
Yeah.
that you know, that's evolution.
There you go.
Therefore, evolution exists.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah.
I'm always like, sure, why not?
Oh, you're kind of looking into the creationism at this point.
Me?
Are you just being open to things?
I mean, I like Gucci just like anybody else, though.
What's Gucci? I'm missing something.
No, it's a. There was an artist a couple years ago that was super hot, named Creation, and she had that Gucci song.
Oh,
sorry. That's for you kids that were listening to us like way back. But anyway, yeah. But anyway, creationism is funny to me. It's like, sure, you know, if you, whatever. I like, if dinosaurs were only here for like what they say, like 100 years ago or some shit like that.
5,000 years or something.
Like, okay. But the thing that makes me laugh at the whole thing is they're like, you know, I've heard arguments that people say like, oh, we're thinking about it in like God's terms. So like, what is a minute or a year to God? And it's just like, and I'm like, okay, so
what is a minute or year to a leprechaun?
But it's just like, but that's what they say. It's like, you know, oh, like, or people who take the Bible very seriously and they say, you know, the universe was created in one day. Well, what's a day to God? And I'm like, I don't know. Do you know? I'm like, no.
He's so lazy. Yeah, he never knows what day it is.
I just thought that was funny. And then there's that new show where Steve Buscemi's coming out on TBS.
Yeah.
And he wants to blow up the earth. And I thought, Steve Buscemi is God, and you're like, okay, I totally buy it. Like, I totally want to watch this show because
that makes a lot more sense to me.
Interested in watching that.
Yeah, he's just like tired of the Earth. He's like, I'm tired of Earth, so he's gonna blow it up and build a restaurant. It's like, and I thought, sure,
why not?
Yeah, take the Vegas or San Francisco approach to city planning.
Oh, yeah. Shitty.
Just throw some. I think what they did when they planned the city is they took a whole bunch of straws and threw them in the air. Wherever they land, that's where the streets would go. It's like, here you go. This is your city. These are your streets, San Francisco. Have fun.
And people are like, okay, fair enough. I'm okay with this.
A plethora of one-way turns.
Yes.
You're like, fuck.
Exactly. Like,
I can't go in circles forever.
They're like, and only one, and only half of them like go both ways, like, and the rest are only single side or go one way. That's it. You have to figure it out.
You will never make a left turn.
The worst is when your Uber driver does it on accident and you gotta be somewhere and you're trying not to be in the back seat, like
freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, some of the Uber drivers are the worst here because they all come from out of the city and they have no idea where they're going.
They have no idea, and they just stop any fucking where.
Yep.
Yeah, they're all from fucking Sacramento. Yeah, and Fresno, Tracy, like
Fremont.
Yeah.
I do love Sacramento though. It's a quaint little town.
They're pretty hip. They're pretty hip now.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. It seems like a viable option.
It does. It does. It gets fucking hot there, which I like too.
Yeah, I like that too. Not so much, being trapped in it in Fresno, but
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned the Swing Bastards. You also perform with Sinister Twist too, right?
I do. We're actually recording a new album right now. And a few of our songs are, we try to write songs about burlesque dancers, like, local burlesque dancers. And we have a new one called She's a Pistol, beautiful co-producer Bunny Pistol. So I'm really excited about that. And, our first album was like more traditional, like Vegas bump and grind.
Yeah.
But, we're adding a lot of different elements into this one, more surf, more like funk, like it's going to be really good, I think.
Do you help write the songs?
I don't. I just help inspire them.
Oh, wonderful. Well, that's helping to write the songs, I feel.
Yeah, totally. They're instrumental, so Larry Chandler, he's the maestro, so he's the one that writes all the songs and composes them. which is great. He's awesome. And then, you know, the other guys help out to just build it, just like any other band.
And then you and a few other dancers perform live in front of them.
Yeah, we do. It's a live burlesque review. We played at Burlesque Hall of Fame. That's one awesome show that we did. And, you know, we perform all around the city. We have a monthly review at the legendary Condor Club.
That's great.
Which was the first legal strip club in the United States.
First topless and then bottomless.
Yeah, and bottomless. Carol Doda, you know, was made it famous. So she was awesome. R.I.P. sister.
Yes. I actually did the opening for the reopening of it as a strip club. And I was actually super surprised that Carol Doda wasn't there and bummed out. And she was actually kind of pissed off about it, you know, them kind of like stealing her image or her story and using it to, you know, basically enrich themselves without really giving much credence to her anymore.
Well, when they did their anniversary show, it was all dedicated to her, and she was there.
Great.
And they had
That's great.
Drag queen Carol Doda, which was awesome.
Yeah, we were there.
Oh, I don't
Klingon, we were there.
Was Carol Doda there? Well, no, because that was the second time that we were there. That was the anniversary show, and then that was there for the opening way long ago when I was a young Klingon.
So yeah, no, I had a great time at that show. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's such a classic San Francisco club too. It's like if you ever want to just go time travel and see North Beach, everyone should check out the Condor.
Well, the piano story is awesome. So do you know about that?
I worked down there. The piano store, though.
Tell the piano story.
Okay. So,
the piano story. I thought you were saying the piano store. I know the piano story. Tell us, though. I can always hear it again.
So those who do not know about the piano story, there's a white glitter piano that is on a lift that goes from the floor all the way up to the ceiling. And it has about, I'd say, a 1 foot clearing from the piano top to ceiling. And after hours, a dancer and one of the security guards got it on top of there, hit the switch. The piano, by the time they realized it, went too far and they couldn't hit the switch again to turn it off. And the dancer was underneath the security guard, and it crushed him and killed him. Ugh. And she was still alive underneath of him until someone came in the next day, which, you know, it's a strip club, so we're talking like probably
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock area.
Yeah, she was trapped under a dead body for like 8 hours, 10 hours, something like that.
Yeah, and you can look it up, the articles online, you know, check it out.
Good time.
You can go in there and look at it and be like, oh, that's the place where some guy died and some lady had to lay under him for many hours.
Yeah, I just, you know, and just having the act of sex while that happened, like, just not be cool.
So there's a trap door, though, or some way that Carol Doda would get onto the piano and when she would come down go-go dancing. But I think it was closed or something.
Totally. Well, and also, I mean, they couldn't really move at that point.
Yeah.
It goes up fast, that piano.
Wait, so it actually is still functioning?
Yeah.
It's still there.
Wow.
Right when you walk in the Columbus entrance.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a sad story, but at least she didn't starve while she was waiting, right? I mean, I'm just saying.
Why'd you have to say that?
Well, I just understand why James Franco didn't make a movie out of it, you know?
Oh, yet.
Yeah. Like, seriously, I would watch that movie.
Where the movie where James Franco gets crushed on top of a girl.
Like, this is a story of triumph. Like, she survived. This is...
She had to chew her way out. Like, you know, it's where he had to cut his arm off.
Well, I mean,
Sometimes you just have to chew your way out.
Silver linings. I mean, I don't know.
Oh no, we have to call Szandora back.
Uh-oh. Oh, well, that's probably for the best that she didn't hear us.
Yes, that's a...
Small.
So,
Call her back here.
So we're going to call her back. So what?
Yeah,
Should we take a commercial break real quick?
No, we have to talk about her podcast before we leave this section.
Okay, so we're going to try her back then.
Fuck commercials. Yeah. Fuck our sponsors.
Our sponsors, of course. Okay, I think I'm calling her. What's that? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
We're all calling her.
Everybody call her at once. Is it working?
Her phone. I know her phone. She said her battery died.
Oh.
Plug in her phone or something.
Yeah.
She's waiting for it to turn on. I think the app drained the battery.
Probably.
Huh.
That sucks so bad.
That's a first.
I know, right?
Should we put a commercial in here and then come back and talk about it?
I think we probably should go to commercial. I think we can talk about the podcast.
Okay. We'll put a commercial in here.
Alrighty. So, commercial.
Now and for a limited time only, get the new McDonald's $3,000 meal deal. It's great American food served right in your White House. You'll get pizzas, 300 hamburgers, and many, many French fries. All of your favorite foods. The perfect idea for when you're entertaining 120 adult male athletes or for those quiet nights in front of the Fox News. Why make a run for the border when you can have all your favorites literally on a silver platter?
I'm loving it. This nigga done brung a dead raccoon in the motherfucking McDonald's. Look at this shit. That motherfucker dead in the motherfucker. This nigga got rabies like a motherfucker. This motherfucker crazy. They ain't gonna bring it in there where the food at. Nigga, you so motherfucking stupid. Look at this shit. This motherfucker put the raccoon on the table. He come look. This motherfucker got him on the table, bruh. And he getting up leaving now. Look at this shit. Look, he leaving now. Look at this motherfucker. Wow, this motherfucker bring a dead-ass raccoon into McDonald's. This nigga crazy, boy. I tell you. Only in San Francisco. Only in motherfucking San Francisco. Nigga try to come get him something to eat before he go to work. Look at this bullshit.
So I guess we talk about your podcast and then...
Oh, yeah. That thing. So I have a friend and he has a punk rock podcast called Stig Stench Radio. And back in the day, I had an interview with my friend Kim Falley and Dinah Cancer from 45 Grave.
Yeah.
And, you know, I guess he just revisited it recently and reached out to me and said, hey, you have great stories. Do you want to do this podcast? And he's like, you can kind of just build your own format and go. So, you know, I'm going to, you know, probably DJ some of my own music that I love, of course. But I also want to highlight, like, underground DJs, too, like, from all over and have them do, like, a segment on there. And then get some people hip to some new music that they may not have heard before or some that they've heard and haven't heard in a million years, you know. And then I want to also interview counterculture weirdos like us. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to call it Career of Evil.
Such a good name.
Thank you. Yeah, I recently released a 45 with Beast of England, and I covered that song. Patti Smith originally wrote it, but Blue Oyster Cult recorded it, so that's kind of who I recorded it off from. So yeah.
Oh, fun.
It's gonna be pretty cool, I think.
So when is your podcast going to be hitting the air?
We're getting it all sorted out now, so it's kind of in the baby stages. I actually have a phone call after this interview to talk about that. So I'll have more information. I'll put it up on my Instagram and Facebook and all that.
Awesome. And hey, since we're on the topic, how can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Szandora. I also have a fan page, but I don't frequent it as much, but it is connected to my Instagram. And I'm Szandora LaVey on Instagram, so that's how you can find me.
Right on. Okay. Look her up. You won't be sorry. And keep an eye out on the webs for Career of Evil, her podcast.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that was a fun interview. I think we're gonna take a much needed pickle flavored chip break.
Oh my God, I've been waiting for this forever.
All right, Klingon, it's time for the snack review.
Snacks review. Snacks review.
That's our snack song.
So when Szandora, I said that we should do pickle chips, I started, I guess 2 weeks ago, I started salivating and I've been salivating ever since then. And I really hope that these things hold up to their thing. And I got the I guess not the greatest pickle chip ever. So I'll probably have to try another brand if these don't work out. I got the Lay's brand. What do you think of these, Szandora? Are they okay?
I like Lay's. You can't beat a classic Lay chip, and it has that soft, crunchy lightness to it, which I've always enjoyed. I try to kind of get the small batch brands, but in a pinch, hell yeah, I'll go Lay's all the way.
Yeah, and I like how Lay's has that fine dusting of salt on it.
Yeah, it's not too much.
So I'm going to open this up and smell it. Does anybody else have these, or am I the only one?
I didn't go grab any.
Yeah, I
should have.
I like the crinkle. I found it.
You like the kettle?
The kettle brand, because I need a thick and rigid chip filled with pickle flavoring. That's what I need.
Oh man, these are good.
Mm-hmm. They're kind of like salt and vinegary, but not too crazy. A little tang.
Yeah, and with some dill flavoring, kind of.
Yeah, Lay's chips are kind of flaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're soft and light and fluffy.
Yeah, and
even though it's 500 calories for this entire bag.
And it's how big's that bag? Oh, it's a small one?
It's one of the small bags. Well, it's probably it's nearly 3 ounces of chips, but.
Would you say that's one serving?
For me, it is. It's like half a serving.
It's supposed to be 3 servings of 160 calories each.
Because you're supposed to just eat 8 chips and stop, right?
Yeah, because you're supposed to have fucking self-control with the shit.
Yeah.
But they say, but that's bullshit. You're supposed to have self-control, yet their tagline is, "Bet you can't eat just one." Fuck all y'all.
Mixed messages,
right?
Have you tried just eating one though and having the bag there? I have,
exactly.
And it's impossible.
Yep, just can't do it. I refuse.
I cannot do it. I don't have the willpower.
Pickle flavored chips are kind of a new thing, though, right?
I've seen them around, but that's probably because I grew up in the South. And the whole fried pickle thing. So I think that's a pretty Southern thing.
Can you explain the fried pickle thing to us again?
Sure.
Still baffling.
So you get pickles. You can get you can do them in spears if you want, or you can do them in chips where you get a whole pickle and just cut them into little chip size. And what I do is I usually get a little bit of milk and an egg, make a little batter, dip them in there. Then I put the breading on, which would be some panko crumbs and a little bit of cornmeal. and then I would like bread them, let them sit for a little bit, soak it in, and bread them again. And then you.
So do you
fry
dip
them.
it again in the batter before you bread it again? Or
No,
do you
I just I've just
Drench
put them back in a bag and shake them, because that way all those little pieces that are wet won't be soggy. They'll have, some armor on them when you throw them in.
Okay.
Wow. So do you make these often?
When can you
I haven't
make
made them in a while, but I was tempted to make them today. Maybe I'll make them and send you a photo.
Yeah, maybe you can post a photo in the Speakeasily Hour Minute group.
Absolutely, I will.
So,
Food porn.
so when you fry them, what do you fry them in? What kind of oil?
I usually use a vegetable oil because, it's high heat. If you really want to get them crispy, you could just fry them in a peanut oil. That's always
peanut
good.
oil? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You just
But
use
it's
a regular.
expensive.
Yeah. Well, unless you go to Costco.
Yeah.
Are you just like taking kosher dill pickles, or are
Yeah,
you
you can take any
Okay.
kind of dill pickles. You can even get cucumbers and do it. It doesn't matter. They don't have to be pickled, but
As long as it's
if
fried.
they are pickled, it's better. Anything pickled is better, and as long as it's fried, exactly.
Just make sure, because I've done this as well. Just make sure that that's the only thing you fry in that grease, though, because the whole grease will be pickled after you use it, so you can't really fry anything else in it because it'll taste like pickles. It's really weird.
And you got to make sure you salt them right when they come out hot.
Yep.
And the salt sticks to the pickles.
So
This is
good.
pretty cool, though. Like that, so that when you're frying a pickle, you don't have to worry about it getting heated up on the inside or whatever. Like
I mean,
getting
it's
cooked,
instant.
so it's not raw. It's already
Yeah.
cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
just have to
don't have to
get
cook them that long. You just got to brown them on both sides, and you don't have to use that much oil. You can use like a frying pan and put half an inch of
so you
oil
don't, like,
in, and
dump
you can
them
just
in.
pan fry them.
Yep.
You don't have to
Okay.
get all crazy.
Yep.
Or if you want to be super healthy, you can use an air fryer.
Ugh, this is boring. So, thank you for that. So I'm sorry, but I like to eat, and I want to ask you another recipe.
Sure.
So, how do you do the fried green tomatoes?
Exactly the same.
Exactly
You
the same.
get
Yep.
you get the green tomatoes. You cut them. I'd say a quarter of an inch, and then slice them a quarter of an inch. Then bread them and fry them. Those you have to fry a little bit longer. You don't want to put them on the heat is high. You want to kind of go medium high, not a high like you would with a pickle, because pickle's going to get mushy and brown really quickly. With fried green tomatoes, you have to do them longer because they're actually like really hard. If you've ever
Yeah.
seen them raw, they're like they're like a softball. You could just knock the shit out of somebody with those things.
Do you want to tell us a story?
No, but actually the movie Fried Green Tomatoes was filmed right down the street from my house. True story.
What about Steel Magnolias? Was that there too?
I wish. I have no idea.
That had a great cast.
Oh my God, yeah, the best.
So wait, so green tomatoes are just like unripe tomatoes, right?
No, I think they're actually. I have no idea.
I think they're a
That was
different
good
variety.
question. I think they're variety.
okay.
Yeah, like totally, because they're the same size as regular tomatoes. They're just green all the way through.
Yep.
No, I think they're unripe ones.
I have to look this
Let me
up.
look
I
up
might be
fried-
wrong.
Some fact checking here.
I'm gonna ask the
Because
internet. It'll tell me the truth.
Sorry, I'm like coughing my brains out right now, but
And
I
no one's
wrote-
helping you.
I know no one's helping me. But so like when I was growing a lot of tomatoes, and this friend of mine asked me for unripe ones.
Oh, yeah, they
to
are.
make this.
Green tomatoes are unripe tomatoes, firm
They
and very
are?
sour.
Shoot.
They say they're
You're right.
unplateable
You're
once
right,
they're raw.
Indra.
Why?
I just didn't know. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
no
so they're
botanist.
so basically they're firm, and so after you cook them though, then you can eat them.
Yeah, you can't. You cannot.
They're
They're
really hard.
so gross when they're. I have bitten into one. Just
That wasn't
out
all
of
the cook.
curiosity. It was kind of bitter, and they're hard.
So I've never had it before. I've just been curious about it because I've
It
had.
actually has a similar taste of fried pickles, where it has like a little bit of tanginess to it.
Uh-huh.
But they also become like a little creamy on the inside, and that's why you can't over fry them, because there's a point of no return where it'll just start falling apart because it is a tomato.
Yeah, it gets weird and mushy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It was funny. I have a very story. So Grandma Shecky, she so I never used to like tomatoes, and then Grandma Shecky, I was out on a farm, and she was like, "Are you hungry?" And I was like, "Sure." And she was like, "Alrighty, I'm gonna make you spam and green and fried green tomatoes." And I was like, "I like tomatoes." And she was like, "Boy, if you don't go out there and pick these fucking tomatoes," I was like, "All right, fine." So I went out there and I picked them, and she breaded them and fried them in a skillet, and I ate them, and I was like, "Damn, this shit's good." She's like, "I know. Now shut up and eat it." And I was like, so yeah, that was the first time I had fried green tomatoes.
Mm-hmm. Did you have them with ranch dressing though?
Nope. It was just,
God, you gotta have the ranch dressing on the side.
It was just spam and fried green tomatoes. And it was really good.
That sounds delicious, actually.
Yeah, because you fry the spam up too, and I was like, damn, this is good.
I love spam.
Me too. Shit's good.
It makes me bloat up.
Oh man, that's all the salt. Yeah.
Yeah, but I love salt. I'm sitting here eating pickled potato chips, so it's just like.
Well, the best thing about salt is that we'll never learn our lesson.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, I've never had spam, but my dad ate a lot of it in the war, and according to him, it's pretty good.
I like spam, but I hate potted meat. Do not get that around me. I can't smell it. I will just, it turns my stomach like bologna. I hate it.
But it's just meat in a can. Right?
Well, I was poor when I grew up, so that's all we ate when we were little. They're like sending me to school with potted meat sandwiches. I'm like, God, not today, Satan, please.
Oh, is it like deviled ham?
Yeah, it's like this, like all of like the worst things you can think of that they take from an animal and grind it up into a pate paste that you just smear on a fucking piece of shitty white bread.
Oh.
So it's like poor people's pate.
Yeah, totally. And if you're lucky, you might get a piece of Kraft cheese on there.
Oh,
I just actually found the Hormel ingredients list of potted meat.
Oh, please come tell me.
Lips and assholes.
Am I right?
Yeah. Beef tripe, mechanically separated chicken, beef hearts, partially defatted cooked beef fatty tissue. That's a lot of descriptive terms.
Yeah.
Meat broth, just meat broth. Vinegar, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, flavoring, sugar, and sodium nitrate.
That shit sounds good.
They're like the chips, ultimately.
Yeah, but without all the mechanically separated chicken and
assholes.
Partially defatted cooked beef fatty tissue. Partially defatted cooked beef fatty tissue. I don't know why they have to say fatty twice. I mean, like, God.
Yeah. It's probably there for a reason. It's that fatty.
Yeah.
So if that doesn't make you turn into a vegetarian, I don't know what will.
I did my time.
Okay, good. But you came back. You came back to the meat.
Hell yeah. I can't live without meat. I love meat. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
I try to be responsible when buying meat, though. You know.
Yeah.
I try to eat not as much as I would normally.
You just buy the happy cows because you should just kill them while they're in their happy prime.
Yeah. Look over there. Boop.
Oh, God.
Sorry for that image.
So, do we like pickle-flavored chips? It sounds like we do.
I sure do.
I love them.
You got my
Get in my
vote.
belly.
All right. I'm the only one that's never tried them, and I couldn't get to 7-Eleven fast enough this morning, so I might never go.
Your neighborhood's too nice to actually have them.
Oh, no, she will have some. Trust me. I will force feed her if I have to.
No! You're going to feed me the hard ones that are like poker chips.
You're going to go to work, and there's going to be nothing but pickle chips on your desk.
And I have to eat my way to my computer.
There you go.
Exactly. You have like a Homer Simpson moment.
Not different than any other work day for me.
It's true. I like snacking.
Yeah. Just usually they're gluten-free chips.
Whole box.
Baby, where'd you hear that?
A little birdie told me.
Fuck that bird. All right, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we're going to be back with a movie review.
Shaky Davis Jr. is free, and with freedom comes a new tour and a new album. Check out this clip from Songs to Poop To. You can buy the album now, anywhere cassettes or 8-tracks are sold. Pick it up. Your butt will thank you later. What's that sound? Here it comes, full blasting head down. But high, cause this is long overdue. I'm a cool dude, but a huge simpleton. Don't you know I got filled up with brie? Now lose it all from the stern. It's a blur. Enema. 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 Feels nothing like it. Hot tube machine. The feeling of the stream. Keep the moving pots clean. Hot hole. Wetting down the whole room. Got an off-ramp coming through my butthole. Don't you know I got filled up with brie? I lose it all from the stern. It's a blur. Oh no! Enema! 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 Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh. 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 Yeah, my butt's leaking a lot of brown tonight. I can barely see the floor from the flood coming out of it. You reach in between my legs, ease the hose back in. But slimy, I'm crying. Right behind the machine, it's burning now. Got the feeling, toes is tingling. More water, ain't no stopping now. Enema, 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 enema.
I hope you liked that commercial break as much as we did. We're back. We're going to do a movie review and hopefully just ruin it for you so you never have to watch it yourself. Actually, we watched a terrific movie. It was called The Little Hours, and you can watch it on Netflix because we couldn't really get out to the movie theater. That's how lazy we've become. We've moved on to Netflix.
Yes. Well, sometimes you have to do it to get the good stuff.
It's true. It's true. It's a bit cheaper.
Yeah, and it's been a bit of a movie in theaters like drought right now. Anyway,
it seems like it, right?
Well, yeah, I haven't been really thrilled by anything that I've been looking at, but The Little Hours was really sweet.
It was fantastic. And actually, Shecky is the one who suggested this one,
which is unusual because it was obviously a chick flick.
It was a chick flick.
But it's like for chicks like us. That's the thing. I mean, I there's so much good happening in this movie, especially the comedy, because, well, it's a comedy. But
is it really though?
I know. I thought it was more sweet than it was funny. I mean, it was definitely enjoyable as fuck to watch.
Yeah.
And it was just, there were some twists and turns that were just like so funny. And
you can't beat nuns, sex, and profanity.
Yeah.
All three of those things, winner.
It's based on Boccaccio's The Decameron, which I had to read parts of in grad school.
so that's how you say it, Boccaccio? Because I was trying to read. I was trying to read it. It was like Boccaccio.
Exactly. I was like, I have no idea. Fuck it.
I had to read all up on it. I had to read all up on it afterwards. I was just so into it.
Yeah, the Decameron. Boccaccio is the guy who wrote it. In my shitty Fresno Central Valley accent.
Boccaccio.
Okay, thank you.
Your basic Becky language.
Basic Becky.
And the Decameron is like this. It's like a bunch of stories that are told in this frame device of that. A bunch of people are like sitting out the plague, basically.
Yeah, I read all about that too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, they're telling each other stories.
100 stories told by 10 young people who are from, I can't, if they were in Florence, escaping Firenze or.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Right. So of course, because they're young people, like they're all dirty tales.
And this is the story when I was reading about the Decameron. These are the stories that they told each other to keep from getting into trouble.
Yeah, nothing's going to get you more turned on than talking about horny nuns. So
It's true.
Why? It's funny. Nunsploitation has always been a genre, even before.
Well, yeah, even in like fetish photography.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Photography, because you got the Decameron.
Yeah, one of my first fetish shoots, I was a latex nun.
Yay.
So interesting. I can't judge because obviously I didn't grow up Catholic, but
none of us did. I don't think that are talking right now either.
I grew up vegan, so does that count?
Oh, that counts totally.
Totally, yeah.
No, I grew up Baptist, so that's kind of the same a little bit.
You don't have nuns.
We have deacons and deacons' wives and a lot of stomping and
But they were able to boff each other.
A lot of tongue speaking.
Ooh. Yeah.
No, and not Southern Baptist. We were not Southern Baptist.
Oh, okay. See, that's where I come from.
No.
Pentecostals with all your snakes.
Yeah. First Assemblies of God. Actually, there was this church that was really tiny down the street from where I lived, and it was called Kingdom of God. And they actually worship snakes, and outside they had like this really long, like chicken wired up fence. Like it had like 3 types of wire on it, and it had nothing but snakes in it. It was super scary.
They worship snakes. Sounds familiar, though, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it does. I think that's why I was always
Harry Potter
interested
fans.
in it.
Yeah.
They were Slytherins.
That is a little sexy, maybe.
But the thing that made me so weird about the whole movie was we're sitting there watching it, and I got a Death of Stalin vibe to it a little bit.
Oh my god! Yes.
Yeah, only because like they weren't like trying to speak in like Italian or have an Italian accent or some shit like that. Like they literally were just speaking like normal, and everything was contemporary. And then so when I read the making of, it's just like there was a broad outline, and then everything else was ad libbed, and I was like,
we had that feeling too that at least 50% of it must have been. It was so funny though. Like, it made me feel better about being a gardener because I thought I was losing
cursing
some
at
of my...
that guy, that poor guy.
Oh yeah, that poor guy. Oh, the ageist. Yeah, there was some funny ageist jokes there with the gardener, with the first gardener, and then they got the young, hot, sexy gardener with discount Franco.
It was his younger brother.
Yeah, James.
And he's married.
They're pretty much clones.
He's married. He's married to Alison Brie. So the pretty nun, like they're married in real life. And then the director is married to nun. And then the director is married to Audrey Plaza. So like it was just friends just hanging out. They're like, we don't do this. And like, okay. So they all just were like, let's go to Italy. They're like, okay. And so they all just kind of like flew out to Italy and like hung out with their friends and made a movie.
Vacation.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, I want that.
I want that life.
Yes,
too.
I was just like, hey, Vanna, hey, Odessa, we're gonna go make a movie
do that?
in Havana or like Canada. Like, fly your ass up to Canada. Let's go make a movie.
So sexy, Canada.
Yeah. He had me up until then. But what's interesting about the Decameron is that it was written in slang of the time. It was written in vernacular. So actually, this kind of fits.
Yeah.
They're talking in modern vernacular. So I thought that was pretty smart.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And they can say, hey, what are you fucking looking at? Stop fucking looking at me.
Is it Fred Armiston?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was so fucking funny. He's like, I have never seen a list like this.
Yeah, he goes,
a list this long.
Eating blood, do you think I've ever written that? That was fucking hilarious.
Stop looking at each other. Are you guys looking at each other? This is serious. Stop looking at each other.
Are you rolling your eyes?
No, I just look like this.
I love what a bitch she is.
Everything she says sounds like she's bitching off,
What's her name again? Like
Aubrey Plaza.
Aubrey.
Plaza.
I always say Audrey, but it's Aubrey, the B.
I always
Aubrey
screw
Plaza.
up her name too, but I think she's just hilarious.
Yeah. And then Garfunkel, or is it Oates, was there too.
Yeah.
I think that's Garfunkel.
Is that Garfunkel?
I think so.
I'm sorry, I always forget her actual name, but I thought she was like amazing in this role.
You know what's so weird about that though? As I look at her, and then I think like in an alternate universe, like she's on the podcast with us, and you're in that movie, Odessa.
Exactly.
Like,
you should be in that movie.
Like,
for
seriously.
Sure. When I saw the
role.
Yes, no, seriously. I seriously think in alternate dimension, like she's our friend, and we hang out with her, and like she's in those movies and like doing that stuff. Like totally think that's like a reality somewhere in its infinite dimensions. I just really believe that.
I'll take that as a compliment because, she was pretty balls to the wall with this role. She was running around naked, covering herself in blood. And
Did you see that merkin, though, she was wearing? I was
they
like...
were all wearing merkins.
That was hilarious. I was like...
Had armpit hair, though. I didn't see a lot of armpit hair.
Good point.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's probably too itchy. I mean, you can't put a merkin under your armpit. You get all, like, scratched up.
And when she cut her hand, it was wiping the blood on her face and stuff. And then she started going, like, a little crazy. And then I thought, oh, my God, it's loss of blood. And I thought, maybe it's loss of blood. Plus
belladonna.
No,
plus the belladonna. And I'm like,
herself.
she's fucking out of control right now.
She dosed herself with belladonna. Totally misunderstanding everything she saw the other girls doing. They were putting belladonna in their eyeballs to make their pupils big, which was a beauty secret in the Middle Ages.
So it was accurate. That's what I liked about it too. It's like this was very it was it was accurate for the time period. And I was like, that's awesome. And I was just like, wow.
It was pretty good.
Oh, I loved Molly Shannon and John C. Reilly in it too.
That was
so
very
cute.
sweet romance.
It was so cute. I was just like, oh, when they met on the bridge at the end, I was like, oh. And he's severe alcoholic though, but whatever. And then Nick Offerman, what the hell was that about?
Oh my God! And then he seals his wife up in a wall with a dog and a boar.
Yeah, and a dog and a boar and that page boy haircut.
That must be part of the story too. That somebody punished his wife for infidelity.
Yeah, it's also very Edgar Allan Poe-ish, don't you think?
I thought one of those English kings did that to one of their wives, though, didn't it?
You were always doing that shit.
Yeah, I mean, if you have absolute power over somebody. Okay, so I was just reading something really funny. Baina, who's the boyfriend of Aubrey Plaza, I guess he's the director and the writer. He told a Hollywood reporter during a recent chat, "It's such a hysterical situation, and it's historically accurate. Nuns were screwing around and getting pregnant. I always wanted to do something with it." Wow.
There
Whoa.
you go.
Yep, you're wondering what they were doing out at the nunneries. Because human nature is human nature.
Yeah, for sure.
And I love the creeping in of witchcraft into the nun's life.
I was just sad that when she like was giving herself and she was, you know, walking around and like dancing around the fire, they didn't welcome her. I felt that was kind of weird. I thought they'd totally be like, let's do this, you know, let's muff it up, girls, you know, but they didn't. I was like,
Well, they had their 13 witches for their little coven, and then suddenly there was a 14th, and it was just like, wait, where did you fucking come from?
Awkward.
well, that's true though. That's true too.
Super awkward.
You were not invited.
And then she
Yeah.
was just like so into it and being like way more enthusiastic because she was on the high.
Yeah. That's how converts are, you know?
Yeah.
That's how it always starts.
So into
Okay,
it.
that's funny. Is it there totally balls? Let's do this, folks. And you're like, okay, you need to like tone it down a little bit, you know?
It's like Mrs. Maisel and the convert like,
Yes!
Jewish wife.
It's so true too, because you know if you're converting to Judaism, it's a lot of hard work. Like you have to actually know your shit. You pass tests sit with a rabbi and go through all these trials and tribulations. So yeah, of course they're gonna like be way more gung ho.
The thing that was crazy was at the end when they were all like talking to Fred Armisen and she was like, and she's Jewish, and she went, ah! And then she had to be baptized. I was like, oh, son of a bitch. That sucks.
And then
Yeah.
he baptizes her later.
Baptizes her in that cold ass water. Which reminds me,
Oh, go
Audra.
ahead.
Which reminds me, Dessa. Which reminds me, it's like the next time I see you,
I know.
like I have a special bath for you. So just
No, I don't want to get in the bath.
you have to.
I'm
The-
fine going to hell.
There'll be wine and light refreshments afterwards.
Oh, okay. As long as there's snacks.
Yeah, wine and bread.
Uh-oh.
A very special friend is bringing it.
Special friend. Is it a priest that has like shaking problems?
I know what the hell is that about.
I know, that was sad. They had to get the most unsexy priest after they because John C. Reilly was too sexy.
Too sexy.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
And what about
bear.
the turtle with a candle on its back to distract the guards? What the hell was that?
So stupid. We can like lure these murderers away with a turtle.
Turtle.
Hey, I can lure them away with a turtle with a candle on it.
It's probably like pretty high technology for the time,
It was
you know?
so bizarre.
Hey, what's this? A robot? You know?
Oh, and did either of you think that Aubrey Plaza was having sex with that donkey?
Yes.
Totally.
I thought
But it was a
about
girl
it.
donkey.
Huh?
It was a girl donkey.
So?
She's into girls.
It was a lady donkey.
So?
She's into she's you know, whatever's going. You know, I thought that was a very interesting sort of like drunk chick moment when she gets it on with her friend, and then her friend the next day is like, "Did that mean anything to you?"
Yeah, she's like,
No.
now.
No. Mm-mm.
Wow.
Just drunk chick
Yeah,
stuff.
I felt like high
It's just
school all
drunk
over
chick
again.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, we're just messing around.
So I had to look up how you can actually wash clothes with ash,
Uh,
and I guess it does work.
Of course.
Oh.
Sounds like
All
it sucks,
period
though.
accurate.
wow. I've read that before, but I you know, like in novels, I've never understood it at all.
I've done that.
Wood ashes
actually.
contain hydroxides of potassium, sodium, and calcium, and these react with fat and oil to create soap.
Yep. I
Wow.
tried that before, but then I ended up just setting myself on fire. So I was just like, damn it.
Oh man, is that why you're so ashy?
Wow. Oh yeah, your ass is definitely getting baptized when I see you next time. Seriously.
No!
Even if I have to like take like a Calistoga spring water to a priest and have him bless it and pour it on your ass, that's what I'm gonna do.
But it burns. It burns.
You're melting.
No. Well, I highly recommend this movie.
It was
How
really
about
good.
you guys?
It was
Yeah.
really good.
I loved it. I thought it was really sweet.
I just
Looks
seriously,
pretty rad.
seriously had no idea what it was Because when you look at the Netflix picture, it's just a picture of John C. Reilly with like his face, like a profile shot with his beard. And I've always had a thing for John C. Reilly, so I was just like, okay, right. And then he's adorable. I've always thought he was really hot.
He is cute, but
so I was just like, what the hell is this? And then I looked it up, and I looked at Paul, and Paul loves period pieces because he's that kind of queer. And so I was just like, all right. So I was like, let's see what this is. And then I saw Aubrey Plaza, I saw Nick Offerman, and I saw Fred Armisen and Molly Shannon. I was like, well, this can't be a serious movie, so let's just see what this is.
The thing that I saw when I was looking for it was Alison Brie and Aubrey Plaza, and I was just like, fuck yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, totally. I love Alison Brie too.
Yeah. Are you guys fans of Glow?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. That's pretty special.
Of course. And I love Mark Maron. I love his podcast. His podcast is awesome.
Yeah.
I've had to cut down on my Mark Maron intake. Because I was starting to be a little too much like him in my head.
Oh, I know. Totally.
Well, there you go.
I think that's why I relate to him so much. He's great. He's totally great.
Yeah. When he's good, he's great. And then sometimes he's just it's like being alone with your mind a little too much.
Oh, yeah. I like that he gets excited when he talks to musicians. That you can tell it's like really what excites him.
He always like, who's your guys? Well, like, who'd you listen to?
It's because he comes off really sincere, and I think that's the thing. That's one of the things that kind of like makes it work.
Yeah, totally.
I haven't listened to his podcast.
You have to at least once.
Yeah, make sure you find one that you're actually interested in that guest.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Ray Liotta one was actually interesting, I thought.
Oh, Ray Liotta is so ridiculous. I love him.
Yeah, he's pretty hot.
I watched the Dinosaur Jr. one because I like Dinosaur Jr., so I listened to that one, and it was just really interesting. Because Jay Mascis is a very like soft-spoken guy, and he was able to get him to like really talk, and I was like, wow, this is really good. I don't know, it's just something about Mark Maron. He's another cutie too, so it's like that.
Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah, totally. Cute. I have a thing for those silver foxes. I love older men.
Me too.
A weakness of mine.
Me too.
And especially the neurotic ones.
Oh, yeah. You have to be complicated. If I can figure you out, I'm not interested.
Men, that's what we're all looking for. Just confusion.
Confusion, yeah.
Just guessing. Well, Szandora, thanks so much for being on this show. This was a blast.
Yes, thank you so
no
much.
problem. Thanks for having me. You guys are always awesome. I love being on Speakeasily so much.
Yay!
We love you so much.
I love you too.
Love.
All right, hail Satan, everybody.
Yes, hail Satan, hail Szandora, and look her up. Hail Speakeasily, most of all.
Hail Speakeasily.
And hey, find out more about Speakeasily on Facebook, Speakeasily or Speakeasily Hour Minute Podcast. We have a group you can join, and it'll ruin your life. Look us up on iTunes, YouTube, and Szandora, tell us once again where they can find you.
You can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/Szandora. You can find my fan page, Szandora LaVey, on Facebook, and you can find me on Instagram as Szandora LaVey.
Right on. We're all doing it right now. All right. Until next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.